climbers come to practice in these caves to our left. There is a photograph of this location dating back to 1874, the National Portrait Gallery. It was here that William LaRoche used the backdrop to photograph holidaymakers, a novel concept at the time. The rock studio remained on site until the 1950s. The rocky ledges above and below us provide the nesting sites for large colonies of seabirds. Every year, guillemots, razorbills and kittiwakes flock here to raise their young. The scene is one of frenzied activity as the birds fly to and fro, fishing the surrounding waters and carrying food to their ever-hungry offspring.
One way lang, di ba?
Looking down to our
Pabalik
right,
yung
we find a beach called
pababa.
or Pigeon's Cove, where grey seals can often be found resting in their pumps. It was here that a bronze
naman yung
age wall of
pag-drive dito.
hair ornaments
Pwede din maglakad pero kailangan walang ulan.
Though they may have once belonged to a high-standing individual, it is thought it was a religious gift to the gods of this time. They are on display in the National Museum of Wales in Cardiff. Porthelly was once the site of quarrying activity. It was here that stone was quarried for the construction of Conway Bridge. A stone chute for loading the boat is still visible.
Magbabayad ka yata ng entry.
If visibility allows, we will be able to see the wind turbines of Gwyntamore Wind Farm. There are 160 turbines and is currently the 5th largest offshore wind farm in the world, but there are plans to extend it with an additional 48 turbines. During the coronavirus pandemic, our goats gained world renown as they ventured down from the Great Orme into the centre of town, where they occupied the streets deserted by local residents and shoppers. They would often be seen outside the town's Astor store, possibly attracted by the Kids Eat Free offer. The cliffs above us are home to colonies of seabirds such as guillemots, kittiwakes and razorbills, as well as gulls. Land birds such as ravens, peregrine falcons, little owls and red-billed choughs can also be found here. We now leave Marine Drive and start our ascent to the summit along St. Tidnos Road, whose switchbacks are more reminiscent of the Swiss Alps than of the shore of the Irish Sea. St. Tidno is the patron saint of Llandudno, after whom the town is named. In the Welsh language, the word Llan means an enclosure or area around a church, so Llandudno is derived from the word Llan Tidno, literally meaning the parish of the church of Saint Tidno. Saint Tidno was an early Christian preacher who lived here in the 6th century, bringing Christianity to the people. It was a good place to live, as there are several natural wells on the Orme, two being very close to the land, and there is evidence of the land being used for agriculture.
Ano ba talaga to? One way?
Wala man kasalubong o, di one way.
Yung puti. Mayroon sumalubong yung puti. Mayroon puti na car.
Hindi, isa lang ito.
Mayroon kalsada sa baba nga. Yun doon. Ay, doon yata tayo ikot. Doon yata ito paikot. Diba? Dito na tayo sa taas eh. Oh, dito na tayo. Ayun, dito tayo sa baba. Dito tayo sa taas. Ha? May kalsada din doon sa baba eh. ba? One way.
Kailangan pala. O, tingnan pala. Sis, pasalubong.
Ayun o, may salubong.
Ito ang mahirap pasalubong.
Ay, takot ako pag ganito.
Nothing remains of the original 6th century. A storm blew the roof off in 1839, and it was abandoned until 1855, when it was repaired at the cost of £100. Outdoor services are still held here throughout the summer. In the early 20th century, coffins and mourners were brought up to the church by the Victorian tramway, and prior to this by donkeys and horse and carts. There are 2 graveyards here, the Great Hall. The one in the church ground is no longer used, as there are no longer
Oo,
any
ito yun.
available plots. The other is a public cemetery.